Pothead, and here I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to make your own custom content with the Sims 4 Studio. Okay, so previously I taught you how to batch fix, how to download the Sims 4 Studio, but now let's get to the more fun stuff. So I've been wanting to make a sweatshirt and able to kind of get people to follow me on my Simstagram or just check out my blog to promote it. I wanted to make a white sweatshirt with my Sims logo on it with my Simstagram username. So what I was going to do is make that on the Sims 4 Studio and then have my sim wear it on the Sims so you guys can see exactly what I'm thinking about. So what we're going to do first is open up the Sims 4 Studio, go to create a sim, and then it's going to go on loading screen, and then it's going to bring up a lot of different clothes that you can choose from that you can make your own. So this only allows you to make recolors, but what you need to, in order to make meshes, which I explained in my tutorial on how to download custom content, the difference is that the mesh is, let's say, the design, and then the recolor is just like what you put over the design to like give it pattern or give it texture, different kinds of texture. So what we're doing here is we're using the Maxis Match version of mesh, and we're just doing recolors on top of that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and find a regular sweatshirt. Let's see, what kind? I wanted a hoodie, but like a zip up hoodie. So let's see if we can find that. So up here, what you can do is you can look and see which gender you want, what age, what type. So we can choose, I want clothing for the top, and that makes it a lot easier to find what you want. Let's find a sweatshirt. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I need to find where the zip up hoodie is. I'm many things, but I am not a quitter. So I guess what I feel like it's definitely in the base game. Here we are. Okay, so let's say I wanted just like a regular white hoodie. So I'm gonna click on that, and then I'm gonna click this button. Wait, okay, let's make it wide. We're gonna press next. So we're going to save it in what I have is my Sims 4. I have a specific, on my desktop, I have a Sims 4 CC folder where I put my different kinds. So here, I would recommend making a new folder, call it my Simming Pothead Sweatshirt, and then we're going to call it the Simming Pothead Sweatshirt. Copy, and then paste it in here. Save it. Okay. Wait. We're gonna Simming Pothead Sweatshirt. We're gonna put it here. Save. There we go. So this is the package file. So you know what I showed you before when you can download off the internet? Those are package files. So you're creating a package file right now. So what you want to do is you want to export this, and you're going to export it into the same folder that I just made in your whatever folder that you want, but I like to keep things organized. So then I'm going to call it recolor, and then it's going to turn it into a PNG. I want it to be a PNG. So you save it. So in order to do this, so here it pops up right here. In order to do the next step, you're going to need Photoshop. So I have Photoshop right here. What you're going to want to do is you go in and you go open, and then you go into your folder that you have, and then you go into this, and you click on the PNG. You don't click on the package file. So here you have this, what it looks like when you kind of decompose it into these two things are the sleeves. This is the front, and that's the back, and that's the hoodie. So what I want to do is, so you're going to zoom in, which you can do by doing control and then do the plus sign. I'm going to want to bring in my logo. So my logo, you can kind of take whatever photo, if you want it off Google, if you want to, like, you know, if it's some kind of artwork that you've done, you can do that too. So you go into your, wherever it is, and then you, that's not where I wanted it. Okay, so this is where it is. So we brought this in, we're gonna do, I want this whole thing in it. Maybe, yeah. So you do Control T, and that will select it. You can like pull it in and out and like this. And if you want it to be scaled, then you press Shift, and then it will scale it like this, so it's not like out of range. And then you can, I'm gonna make it kind of small, copy it, paste it. That didn't work. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take this, go like that, copy, and then you're gonna paste it onto here. Oh God. And then you're gonna do Control T, and then you can make it super small. Okay, there we go. So then you have to press enter, or else it's not gonna let you do anything else until you do. So then you go into this little arrow cross thing, and you can move it onto the back of the shirt. So if you don't like the size, you can continue to shrink it into whatever size that you want. Okay, so there you go. I have it right there, and then I'm gonna want to put some text in it. So you can also change the color. I've done that to use a little paint bucket if I wanted to make it more white, but it takes a little more time, so I'm just gonna do a simple little layout here, and then use a little thing here, and then you can change the text size. Let's say I wanted it to 16, that's good. And then you go simming Pothead, and then you can move it around like this. And then if I wanted to do yeah, I think it's weird if I put in like follow me, but maybe I'll just do it because I like to do the little side things. So on my Simstagram, I posted a few things that I've done in the past if you want to check that out. But here I'll just do follow me. And then we can make this a little bigger since it's on the sleeve. Maybe not that big, maybe 28. You can just play around with it. Oh, 38. Now we want 28. There. That should be good, right? It's a little bit, we might not want it right here. So maybe we can take this and then make it a little wider and a little, and you can also play with the font as well. I don't want to get too into that, but the font is apply. You can change it right here. So let's say I want like follow me. So it's a little weird. I don't know if people are going to be able to understand that. Let's go for something a little more simple, a little cooler. How about that one? Oh, I like that. Yeah, so maybe, um, yeah, let's just keep it at that. Let's keep it simple. So what we want to do, this is important, we go into save as, and then we go into recolor. Let's call it recolor final. You can just like, as long as you understand what you're talking about, it's fine. So you want to turn it into a PNG. You do not want it in continue as a Photoshop or this isn't going to work. So you go into PNG, you save it, you press OK, and then you go back into the Sims 4 Studio and you press import. We pressed export, now we are pressing import. We're bringing in the final, not the other one, because the other one has nothing on it. And here we are. Here it is, the beautiful shirt. And as you can see, it's a little bit too big. So what you can do is go back into your thing here, and then you just make it a teensy bit smaller. Wait. We want to do that. Make sure you're clicking on what you're writing, and then you just make it a little smaller because you can kind of see the shadows, so you don't want it to go wrapping around or anything. So I think this should be good, and maybe this a little bit smaller too, just because we don't want it wrapping too much around, but I want them to be able to see what it is too, but that should be fine. Okay, well, let's say that is good enough. Let's save that again. Save it. Save as, and we want to recolor final, and then we go back to PNG and we save it, and it's going to ask, do you want to replace it? Yes, we want to replace it because it's what we did before. So then you go back into import the final, and it should be better. Okay guys, I'm back with a little bit of editing. I fixed a little bit. I kind of like this a lot more, taking up like the sides like that. And now the most important part that I forgot to mention, you need to press save. If you don't press save, then the package will not show up in the game. It will only be like a regular sweatshirt. Okay, so now we're going to see what it looks like on my sim. Now, in order for it to show up in the game, we need to move the package file into the game now. So what you want to do is what I have are, I pinned these on the side so I can literally just drag it into my mods folder, but I'm going to show you how to do it the long way, just so you know. So I'm moving it into actually it's important that you actually copy it, because you want a backup of it anyway. So you go into your documents, you go into Electronic Arts, Sims 4, and Mods folder, and then you're gonna wanna put it into the clothes. So you paste it in there. There it is. So now it should be in the game. So let's check it out.